For text one, the translation was, "O Sanjaya, after my sons and the sons of Pandu assembled in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, desiring to fight, what did they do?" For the I said that it meant that, okay. For the meaning, I put the word Dharma Setra was super significant because God was present on Arjuna's side, and it made Dhritarashtra doubtful about their victory. And the main idea was that one side had God on their side, which gave confidence, and it all took place on a holy battlefield. But I thought the main thing that I took away from text one is when you have God on your side, you can do a lot more.
Yes, very good. Thank you so much.
Was
Santosh?
there homework?
Yes.
Was there anything, an assignment posted on the WhatsApp group?
I had put one link. That's a new link that we have started today because on our usual link, another class is going on.
Oh, so was I supposed to have that thing done?
Which thing done?
I don't know, the homework?
No, yesterday there was no homework.
Okay, well, I guess I need the link then.
Which link?
I don't know, whatever you guys are talking about.
No, you are the link is new for WhatsApp. So you already joined. Now you are already joined, so you are all okay.
Oh, okay, I thought there was some paper everyone was looking off.
No, you didn't miss anything.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So we are just going to what realization you had based on your yesterday's teaching. So Sahil shared his realization. Now everybody will quickly share their realization and we'll start with the next sloka afterwards.
Yes, Santosh.
The Bhagavad Gita is as it is, and it's without interpretation, and it's straight from Krishna going down with a cyclic succession. So there may be other ones, but this one, it's without added, like it's just pure down from the line.
Thank you so much. Now, Shrey, now you have to share your understandings of yesterday's class.
Like about the slokas?
Yes, whatever you remember, whatever you learned yesterday.
Oh, how, what's his name? Dhritarashtra asked Sanjaya to narrate the Bhagavad Gita because he was afraid that the battlefield of, what's it called? Not the,
Kurukshetra.
yeah, Kurukshetra would change his sons, and so his sons would say stuff like, "Let's not fight, you can have the kingdom, the 3 villages." And he was afraid that would happen, and he wouldn't have his land anymore. And he was blind, but he was also blind from his heart, because he knew his sons were all doing bad stuff, but he just let them go.
Yes, very good. Thank you so much. So, Arpan, would you like to share any one thing that you remember?
Yeah. So I didn't know I didn't know much about Draupadi Yagna to have two the son and daughter, Draupadi and what was his name? Drishta
Drishti.
Duna, I can
Yes.
say. Drishta I know I just I learned about the story, his story and how he helped Pandos so that do that military formation.
Yes, thank you. Now, Devin.
Oh yeah, so I thought it was interesting that Dronacharya, like the level of open-mindedness I guess he had when he knew he had to train someone that was on the enemy side, and despite like he didn't have any hesitation and he still did that. And then similarly in this battle, he also has to like fight the enemy side, even though he's morally like aligned with them more, like on the Krishna side, but he knows because of his circumstances he must fight for like I guess his family and fight for the Kauravas. So I thought the interesting balance between like duty and expression freedom was interesting.
Yes, because he was appointed as the principal teacher from the Kaurava side. So he was obliged under duty. But actually, he was a devotee. So with his heart, he was on the side of Krishna only. Mahir, you are not audible. Maybe two devices are there, so the voice is not coming. You can bring your speaker close to your mouth. Maybe.
Hello, hello,
Yes, now it's clear.
hello. Now I'm audible.
Yes.
So the was that Acharya was aware that the birth of the Vishnu was to bring. Then also he just trained the Vishnu, and Vishnu was the one who was arranging the budget. So there was but in his like see what it's like on the side and arranging the army and your favorite student is also there. So,
Yes, I could understand little, but yes, thank you so much. So now we'll be starting our today's session. We'll be starting from Bhagavad Gita 1.4 today, first chapter, fourth shloka. As I said that in each class, we'll try to cover 3 shlokas, but in today's class, we'll be covering 6 shlokas because the first 5 shlokas are without any purport. They're very small shlokas. So therefore, we'll be able to cover 6 of them and get finish our class early because they're very small shlokas. Okay, so we'll be starting with Bhagavad Gita 1.4. I will read the verse and you can keep yourself on mute and then repeat it after me. Okay, so we're starting with 1.4, page number 36. You can all open up your Bhagavad Gitas. So I'm reading the shloka. Atra Shura Maheshwasa. Now you repeat it after me. Atra Shura Maheshwasa Bhimarjuna Samayudhi. Now repeat. Bhima Arjuna Samayudhi. Yuyudhano Viratascha. Yuyudhano Viratascha. Drupadeyascha Maharatha. Drupadascha Maharatha. Okay, so I'll read it in one go now. Atra Shura Maheshwasa Bhimarjuna Samayudhi Yuyudhano Viratascha Drupadascha Maharatha. So now what it says is, here in this army. So do you recall where we left in the last verse? Duryodhan came to Dronacharya. Now Dhritarashtra is asking Sanjaya, when my sons and the sons of Pandu assembled in the battle of Kurukshetra desiring to fight, what did they do? So Sanjaya is replying that when the war was starting, then Duryodhan, seeing the military, intelligently designed military arrangement of the Pandavas, he came to Dronacharya and spoke the following words. So what did he say? He was a very duplicit character, a very political minded person. So he said that, see, your student, having been learned from you, is now raging war against you. So he was poking him so that some competitiveness can come in Dronacharya so that he could fight with full vigor. Why? Because Duryodhan was scared and fearful that we are not united. Why? Because some of the people like Bhishma, Kripa and Dronacharya, although they are fighting from my side, okay, but I know that from their heart they are with Pandavas. And if we fight in this way, we will lose. Therefore, he's trying to provoke him. Now, this shloka 1.4, he is continuing to say some things to Dronacharya. Now we'll read what does Duryodhan actually say to Dronacharya. So he says, here in this army are many heroic bowmen, equal in fighting to Bhima and Arjuna. Now see, what was the name of the first chapter? Do any one of you recall? What was the name of the first chapter? This chapter that we're reading, what is the name of this chapter? You can...
Observing the army.
Yes, observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So what is Duryodhan doing right now? He is observing the armies. He is observing the army of the Pandavas and saying to Dronacharya that, see, in that army, there are so many great fighters. See, Duryodhan knew the strength of Bhima. Do you know who Bhim was? He was such a great warrior. Actually, he had the strength of many elephants. Such powerful was Bhim. Very powerful personality. Very powerful personality. Do you know what is a gada? I don't know what it is called in English. You know what it is? So he plays very nice this thing. So he was expert in that. Devin, do you know what is? I don't know. Can you translate it in
No,
English?
I don't know.
Can you translate?
I'm not sure what. Oh, translate it.
Shrey can translate maybe. Do you know what in English it is called?
I don't know what it's called,
What
but
is what
like I
called?
know what it looks like.
What is what called?
What?
Yeah, because Arpan and I had a toy of it.
Wait, what is what called?
A gada.
Oh, okay, yeah.
See,
We had a toy of one of these.
I had plastic.
do you know now, Devin? Do you know what it is? This is a weapon.
Yeah, so it's like the thing that Hanumanara has, like the
Yes.
big
Yes.
mallet, or like
Yes.
a mace, not mace, but like a mallet or something.
Yes.
It's a mace.
Yes. So he was expert in fighting with this. He was expert in this. So he knew the strength of Bhima and Arjuna actually. Duryodhan, he knew the strength. And who was Arjuna? An archer. You know, no, bow and arrows. He used to even pierce the eye of a bird flying far away. Such an expert archer Arjun was. So now knowing the strength of Bhima and Arjuna, what did Duryodhan say? He said that there are so many heroic bowmen equal in fighting to Bhima and Arjuna. Great fighters like Yuyudhana, Virata and Drupada. Do you recall who is Drupada? We discussed in the last class.
Yeah. It's he's the one from the Yagna.
He is the
He
one.
emerged from Yagna. He emerged from Yagna because
He is the one who made Drishtadyumna emerge from the Yajna.
oh yeah, sorry. Other one.
Yes, so there are two personalities, Drupad and Drishtadyumna. Drupad is the one who was the friend of Dronacharya but became an enemy. And because of that enmity, he did a yagya through which Drishtadyumna emerged to kill Dronacharya. So this is the relation. Now he is saying, Duryodhan is saying that, see, my dear teacher, Dronacharya, there are so many heroic bowmen equal in fighting to Bhima and Arjuna. Great fighters are there, like Yuyudhana, Virata and Drupada. Now, do you know who is Virat? When I told you, there was 12 years of exile that was given to the Pandavas. Do you remember? That when they lost everything on the gambling match, they were told to go to 12 years of exile and 1 year of Agyatwas. Do you know what is Agyatwas? Do you recall?
When they have to live in hiding.
Yes, you have to live.
Yeah, if they get found, they have to do it again.
Yes, yes. So where did they hide?
With
In
Krishna.
the forest.
They hid in the forest, but in whose land, in whose kingdom did they hide? This name you see, Virata.
That is the name of the kingdom.
Yes.
The name of the kingdom, and I think so. Daughter married the Abhimanyu, right?
Yes, Uttara. Yes. So Virat, In this Virat's kingdom, they hid for 1 year. So Duryodhan is saying, see, such great fighters, Yuyudhan, Virat, Drupad, all of them are there in the Pandavas' army. So, see, I'm reading the purport, you have to hear it carefully. I'll ask, what did you understand from it? Even though Drishtadyumna was not a very important obstacle in the face of Dronacharya's very great power in the military art. Dronacharya was very expert in military art. Whatever military arrangement Drishtadyumna had made, it was not a very big obstacle in front of Dronacharya. But there were many others who were causes of fear, even though there was a very brilliant military arrangement. But that was not a cause of fear for Dronacharya. What was the cause of fear? Bhima, Arjuna, Yuyudhan, Virat, Drupad, all of these powerful warriors. They are mentioned by Duryodhan as great stumbling blocks on the path of victory because each and every one of them was as formidable as Bhima and Arjuna. They were as powerful as Bhima and Arjuna. See, such is the strength of Bhima and Arjuna that other warriors are being compared to them. You know, when someone is very intelligent, then the teacher says, oh, see, A person is like the B person. That means the B person is very intelligent, due to which A person is compared to him. He knew the strength of Bhima and Arjuna, and thus he compared the others with them. Okay, is this shloka 1.4 clear to everyone? We'll move on to the 5th shloka now. So I'll recite it, you repeat it after me.
So the 4th one was just about him comparing the warriors, right?
Yes, so he was telling to Duryodhana, he was telling to Dronacharya that see, such powerful personalities are there in the army of Pandavas. Why was he telling the strength of the other side? Can anyone guess? Why was Duryodhan telling Dronacharya the strength of the other side? He should have told, see,
Because
we
he
have
wanted
So
he wanted
So he
Dronacharya
could
to actually like help instead
fight
of
at full vigor.
yes. Because so that some competition comes in him. Otherwise, he could just have told, see, I have Karna, I have you, I have Bhishma, our army is very powerful, we will win. Then Dronacharya would be like, okay, we'll win, then okay, I'll not fight. No, he was saying, see, they have such great personalities. See, there, he. Then after completing this, from the 8th shloka, he will say, okay, they have them, but we also are no less. So although he is building that competitive mentality, but after a few verses, he will also tell what is their strength. And therefore, he is observing the armies. First, he will observe the Pandavas' army, then he'll observe his army. Now we'll come to the 5th shloka, decided after me. Drishtaketushchiketana. Repeat it now. Drishtaketushchiketana. Kashirajascha viryavan. Kashirajascha viryavan. Purujit kunti bhojascha. Purujit kunti bhojascha. Shaibhyascha narapungava. Shaibhyascha narapungava. You have to repeat it because all of these verses hold a lot of potency in them. Just as we chant the Mahamantra on the beads, if we chant these verses also have the same potency to clean our hearts. So I'll read it in one flow again. Drishtaketushchiketana Kashirajascha viryavan Purujit kunti bhojascha Shaibhyascha narapungava. Now what it says is, there is no purport to it. There are also great, heroic, powerful fighters like Drishtaketu, Chiketana, Kashiraja, Purujita, Kunti Bhoja, and Shaibhya. All of these are the names of the great fighters that Duryodhan is counting who are on the side of the Pandavas. Now, see. Now, Duryodhan is telling Dronacharya the power of the other side so that he can also fight back with them with such great power. So see, Kashiraj here is the king of a place called Kashi. This place Kashi is still there in India. So the king of Kashi is told to herein to be Kashi Raj. Then there are two more names which come as Purujit and Kunti Bhoj. Now they are the brothers of Kunti Maharani. Now who will tell me who is Kunti Maharani except for Mahir and Arpan, who already know many things. And Santosh also. He also
The mom,
the mom of
the Pandavas.
yes. So she was not the mom of the Kauravas. The mother of Kauravas is different.
No, it was for both.
It was for both. Are you sure?
No, it was for one. It was for the Pandavas.
Then who was for the Kauravas?
It was for you.
Yes.
It was for Yudhishthir, Arjun, and Bhim. For Kunti was their mom, and then
You-
Madhuri was Sadev.
You got more specific. Yes, that is true. Yes. She is the mother of the 5 Pandavas, mainly the 3. The other 2 are the sons of Madhuri. But if we take them to being 5, she was the mother of 5. But who was the mother of the Kauravas? Arpan and Mahir will not tell because they already know it.
Gandhi.
Yes, Gandhari.
Gandhari, right? Yeah.
Gandhi is, if you say Gandhi, then he is actually a great personality here in India. On every rupee, his picture is there. But he is not the mother of the Kauravas. The mother of the Kauravas is Gandhari. Okay. Very nice, Shrey. Very nice try. Gandhari. So she was the mother of the 100 Kauravas. And who was the mother of the 5 Pandavas? Kunti. Yes. So, as I told you, the 2 names here, Purujit and Kunti Bhoj, they are the brothers of Kunti Maharani. So, what relation will they have with the Pandavas? Relationship test, a small check. If Purujit and Kunti Bhoj are the brothers of Kunti, then what relationship will they have with the Pandavas?
For the uncles?
Yes, in your English language, everyone.
Mama.
Yes, Mama. You know who is Mama? Devin?
Your uncle on your mom's side, right? Basically.
Yes. Your mother's brother. Mama. Mama and Mami. So, yes, this is the relationship with the Pandavas. So, these are all the great personalities that Duryodhana is counting. Then there is another name called Shebya. See here. Shebya Shanarapungava. Shebya. Who is he now? You know, Yudhishthir Maharaj. Who is Yudhishthir? Arpan will not tell.
The
Mahir.
eldest.
Yes, the eldest. The eldest. Now, Yudhishthir married a princess called Devika. He married a princess called Devika. Now Arpan, who is the wife of the 5 Pandavas?
Kunti and Madhuri. I mean, sorry, 5 Pandavas, the wife.
Yes.
Draupadi.
Yes, very good. So the wife of the 5 Pandavas was Draupadi, but some of them also married other queens also. So Yudhishthir married one more, whose name was Devika. And now her father's name is Shebya. That means Yudhishthir Maharaj's father-in-law is Shebya. Okay. See, he married Devika, and Devika's father is Shebya. So that means his father-in-law. Yudhishthir Maharaj's father-in-law is Shebya. So Duryodhana is counting all of these great personalities who are fighting from the side of the Pandavas. Okay, next shloka I am reciting. You can recite it after me. Shloka number 6. Yudha Manyuscha Vikranta. Repeat it. Yudha Manyuscha Vikranta. Uttamojascha Viryavan. Uttamojascha Viryavan. सौभद्रो द्रौपदेयश्च सौभद्रो द्रौपदेयश्च सर्व एव महारथा सर्व एव महारथा. Now do you know who is a Maharathi? Maharathi. The
Chariot fighters.
yes. the ones who fight from a chariot, and they are great warriors actually. So they are all Maharathis. So now what is Duryodhan saying? There are the mighty Yudhamanyu, the very powerful Uttamoja, the son of Subhadra, and the sons of Draupadi. All these warriors are great chariot fighters. Oh, did you see the translation? Chariot fighter. Yes. Okay. So now who knows who is Subhadra? Anyone can tell.
The sister.
Of
Krishna Bhagwan.
the sister of Subhadra is the sister. You told the sister, but whose sister?
Krishna Bhagwan.
Yes. Arey, you have Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra at your home. Subhadra is sitting in the middle. She is the sister of whom? Krishna. Yes, Sahir. Balram.
Sister of Krishna, wife of Arjuna.
Yes. Oh, now you got the whole biography. Okay. Who is Balram, Sahir? Baladev.
The brother of Krishna.
Yes, thank God.
The brother of Krishna.
Yes. So Subhadra is the sister of Krishna and Balram is the brother of Krishna. So here it is said the son of Subhadra. Now the Subhadra is the sister of Krishna and she married Arjuna. Does it make sense? The whole picture here. So Subhadra is Krishna's younger sister and she married Arjuna. And what is the name of the son of Arjuna and Subhadra?
Abhimanyu.
Abhimanyu.
Yes, right, Abhimanyu. So here there is some network problem on my side. If at any point my voice cracks in between, then you let me know. So the son of Subhadra and Arjuna was Abhimanyu. Okay. Now Abhimanyu was a great fighter. Here it's written, no, the son of Subhadra. The son of Subhadra here is being referred to being Abhimanyu. When Abhimanyu was 16 years old, he took part in the war of Mahabharata. He was only 16 years old. But you know, what is a chakra view? You know, there is a
The Krishna is the spin thing.
no,
or
that
finger.
is only chakra.
The gold spinning disc. I think called.
That is Krishna's chakra. Yes, that is true. But I'm talking about chakra view. That is another thing. Mahir, you know what is a chakra view? I don't know if you know. Okay, let me tell you. Wait, let me show you a picture of chakra view. Maybe that through that.
Wait, I can tell. I was not able to hear you. I know what is the chakra view. So Abhimanyu learned that when he was in her mom's womb, and Arjun was talking the what told of a chakra view to Subhadra, and then
not Arjun. Krishna.
Arjun was
Krishna-
telling, not
Krishna was
telling.
telling. Krishna was telling. Not Arjun.
Now,
Krishna was telling
Vrinda,
to
can you
Subhadra.
confirm for Parna Matari
Krishna
that who
was
was
telling.
telling? Arjun was telling or
Krishna.
Krishna was telling. Because Subhadra at that time was in Dwarka. Because Arjun was not present. Arjun was gone to the exile. The 12 years of exile. So Subhadra was there with Krishna in Dwarka. Krishna was telling. Now see, this is a Chakravyu. I'll show you. See this. This is a military arrangement. The whole army arranges themselves in this view, and whoever is in the middle, they cannot come back out. Only if they know how to break this Chakravyu, they can come out. But Abhimanyu learned how to enter the Chakravyu when he was in the womb of Subhadra. Krishna was telling the means how to enter the Chakravyu. But when he was telling how to get out from the Chakravyu, Arjun could not hear that part. So when he grew up, he only knew how to enter this Chakravyu, but he did not know how to come back out from this Chakravyu. So this Chakravyu was set by Dronacharya, Kripacharya, and the great personalities from the Kauravas side. And when Abhimanyu was in the center, they killed him because he did not know how to come back out from here. So am I audible now? Till where was I audible?
You told that he didn't know how to come out of a Chakravyu.
Hare Krishna. So I told that he did not know how to come out from that Chakravyu. So when Abhimanyu was in the middle of that Chakravyu, since he did not know how to come back, it was set by Dronacharya and other personalities. They killed them in the middle of that Chakravyu because he did not know how to come back out. But he was a great warrior. Okay, so therefore it is written here, the son of Subhadra and Draupadi. Draupadi also had 5 sons from the 5 Pandavas. Each Pandava one son. So she had 5 sons, and they were also great personalities. They were killed by Ashwathama. Ashwathama is the son of Dronacharya. He killed the 5 sons of Subhadra, and therefore all these great personalities also died. Now we will come to the next verse. Shloka number 7. So you repeat it after me. Okay. Asmakam tu vishishtaye. Repeat it now. Asmakam tu vishishtaye. Tan nibodha dvijottama. Repeat it. Tan nibodha dvijottama. Nayaka mama sainyasya. Repeat it. Nayaka mama sainyasya samyartham tan bravimite. Now repeat it. Samyartham tan bravimite. Okay. So now this is our